Granny's World. Hey. Welcome into the chat. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. It's hot today, y'all. It's hot today. I'm a little bit later. Y'all know I've been trying to get back into my, kind of like my late afternoon time. And lately, the late afternoons have been like really pretty outside. It's been warm, but it's been breezy, okay? But today, today, it is, it's like close to 90. It's close to 90, but that's okay, right? That is okay because we're going to walk and talk. And before we know it, my 30 minutes to an hour, it'll be done, right? It'll be done. So the best way to do it is just get to it and do it. All right? The best way to do it is just get to it and do it. You guys already know. Thank you, Sassy, for being in here. Please welcome any and everybody who comes into the chat. Everybody is welcome, no matter where you're from. Trolls, you are welcome as well, as long as you are good trolls, okay? As long as you're a good trolls, all right? I want you guys to look at the legs, look at the legs, look at the feet. Look at the legs and look at the feet and be motivated to move, okay? Be motivated to move. You don't have to be a track star, okay? You can walk briskly like this. And those who want to power walk really fast, you can do that. You can jog, you can run, you can skip, you can hop, you can jump rope, you can ride your bike, you can ride your stationary bike, you can ride your elliptical, you can ride your treadmill, you can go swimming, you can go skating. Okay, I just gave you about 12 things you can do. All right? I just did. Y'all know how it is with that sun hitting the phone. I really can't see the comments. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope so far you're having a wonderful week. All right? A wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful week. Let me stop for a second in the shade so I can see, if I can see the comments. Let's see. Boop. You want to be a rock star? Hey, you could be a rock star. Grant, hey, retirement days. Hey, Betty. Sassy, I'm so jealous. It's 60 degrees there. Granny says she wants to start back walking. Get to it. The best way to do it is just get to it. You don't have to be super fast. Just walk. We're walking for fitness, okay? We're walking for health. If you have like, what am I trying to say? If you have weight loss goals, then you know there are calculators. They're right there on Google. Just Google them. You put your weight in there. You put your height in there, and it will tell you. But the bottom line is to eat fewer calories, because you know a lot of it is in all what you eat, okay? A lot of it is, it's like a lot about what you eat as well. So we want to cut back on those empty carbs, right? Cut back on the empty carbs. We want to have fun days, you know, where we cheat in moderation, right? 7 days in a week. I subscribe to cheating on one, but hey, we're human. We can cheat too. As long as those other 5 days you're doing great, you can cheat too. And when you cheat, you cannot excessively cheat, okay? You cannot excessively cheat. When I say cheat, I mean go to Cheesecake Factory and get you one slice, okay? One slice. As long as the rest of the week you've gotten fruits and veggies in the way you were supposed to, go to Cheesecake Factory on Saturday and get you one slice, okay? Okay? Don't go and get the whole cheesecake. Don't go and get the whole cheesecake, because y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to try and rationalize things. We're going to say it's more economical to get the whole cheesecake, right? And then we're going to say, well, the kids are going to get a slice, or the hubby or the wife is going to get a slice. Next thing you know, we've eaten 2 to 3 slices, right? Within 24 hours. Ooh, especially depending on what kind it is, okay? So it's okay if you're eating right most of the week. I'll say most of the time during the week. Have you that day or two where you just treat yourself, okay? Kind of like when you treat yourself to getting your nails done, to a spa day, to a girls trip. You know, those girl trips, usually they come every so often, right? So when you're thinking on a weekly basis, you can eat something sweet, something that's not too great every so often, okay? Because you don't want to deprive yourself. Now, if you can go without it, kudos to you, and go without it. Because that is the absolute best way. Some people don't eat sweets at all. They don't eat sweets. So that is great. You know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. We've been talking about that all month. Some people need ways to figure out how to cut down on some of those vices. such as overeating, eating too many sweets, drinking, smoking, spending, overspending. So if you guys have any solutions, you can drop those in the chat. Just nuggets. Y'all know we drop nuggets over here, right? We drop nuggets over here to encourage each other, right? So tell me in the chat some things you do to, you know, to help with those vices that you have. You still have them maybe, but to cut back. Where you used to just spend, now you found a way to curtail that. Tell us how you've done that. Found a way to eat better. Tell us some of the things that you did. I see comments. I appreciate the comments, you all. When I stop again and some more shade, I'm going to read these comments, okay? Okay. So I just got off of the elliptical. Y'all know we're cooling down. So let me try to slow down a little bit. Because we are walking and talking, right? We're walking and talking. So let me slow down a little bit. Hello? 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 So, again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. This week is, I think, National Teachers Week, National Nurses Week. Most of us know we were taught by a really great teacher, or our kids were taught by some really good teachers. Now, there's always that little spoiled apple in the bunch, okay? There's always that teacher that everybody could have done without. Nobody wanted to be in her class. All right. But you know what? Sometimes those ended up being the best teachers, okay? They ended up being the best teachers. A lot of times it's because they have an old school mentality. But some teachers are just mean. Some teachers just aren't meant to teach, okay? Okay? Some just aren't meant to teach. I think most of us have had encounters with nurses. Some we could do without. Some have been great, okay? Some have been great. So appreciate a teacher this week. Appreciate a nurse this week. You know, they can't take money, but they can take gifts. They can take flowers. They can take donuts. You know, just treat somebody, even if you don't have kids in school anymore. You know, I bet you everybody in this chat knows at least one teacher, right? Everybody in this chat knows at least one nurse, right? Hakeem, hey Hakeem. Granny says, I just buy what I need at times and not what I want. Yes, that's a good one, to think of it that way. Buy what you need, not what you want. Okay? Buy what you need, not what you want. And if you make a good habit of that, then there are times when you should just treat yourself and buy whatever it is that your heart desires, okay? Okay? If you know you are good at buying what you need and not what you want, that is great. That is a great practice. But then, you know, you may go out of town, or you may not go out of town. You may just be in the mood. Since you know that you're handling things the right way, then buy what you want, okay? Buy what you want. Buy what your heart desires. Buy what makes your heart content, okay? Whether you need it or not. Do that every now and again, because you know that you practice buying what you need and not what you want. See how we can treat ourselves is not just about food. It's not just about food. See, when we learn to do things in moderation, whether it's eating, whether it's staying up late, I'm a night owl. Knowing I have to get up to go to work, right? I have to be better. And we're going to talk about those, you know, like I said, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So most of my lives this month will touch on mental health awareness, ways to boost your mental health tips. And we got 5 quick ones today, okay? I think 5. First and foremost, it's always pray. Okay, pray. And number 2, y'all already know what it is. Look at the legs move. Look at the legs move. Look at the feet move. Be active. Be active. I just named about 10 to 12 things you can do to be active, okay? All right? Be active. Pray. Be active. Eat right, okay? Eat right. I would say eat good, but you know, eating good doesn't always mean eating right. So we're going to say eat right, okay? And treat yourself in moderation, okay? Proper sleep. And proper sleep doesn't mean just 6 to 8 hours of sleep. It means proper positioning, okay? Have you guys ever gotten up, crick in the neck, back feels like, oh, okay? Make sure that you're using proper positioning when you sleep. And if you have certain aches, pay attention to the way you wake up. whether it's in the middle of the night to go to the restroom or at the end, at the beginning of the morning. Pay attention to the way you wake up. Okay? Number 5, maintain your good relationships. Establish good relationships / maintain the good relationships that you already have. Okay? That's what I want you guys to do. First, pray. Second, it's always to be active. Keep moving. Look at the legs move. Look at the legs move. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move your arms. I switch up. Move my arm as I'm walking most times. Move, 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 okay? You can walk in sync with a 2-3 step count or a 1-2 step count, okay? But move. Go at your own pace. Don't compete with anybody. It's not a competition, okay? The only competition you're in is with yourself to do better than you did the day before. And if you don't feel like it, hey, do what your body tells you. Do what your body tells you, okay? Disclaimer, nothing in this video is meant to diagnose, professionally assess, or professionally treat anyone. What we do over here, okay, what we do, y'all know what we do, we drop nuggets. We drop nuggets, things that work for us and those that we know. And we drop those nuggets from a layman's perspective, okay? Not a professional perspective. From a layman's perspective. I know many of you may be professionals, but we're on this app, okay? Okay? So when we drop nuggets, we're dropping from a layman's perspective in hopes that someone in this chat may benefit from some of the nuggets that we drop. And you guys pick up some nuggets as well. I'm sure someone has dropped some nuggets in this chat. Hey, girl, dad, I see you, bro. I see you. How you doing? How you doing? Hit that like button. Yeah, come on, y'all. I got three. It's 3 of y'all that interacted in here with me more than on a regular basis. Come on now. Give me more than 3. Give me more than 3. But if you don't, like I always say, I don't beat anybody up about the likes. The fact that you stop by for a minute or 2 or a few seconds, that is support as well. That is support as well. Would I like the likes? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. It feels so good now. Would I like the likes? Yes, I would. That's motivation. And that's what we do over here. We motivate. We encourage. We uplift. And we all do this while we're walking and talking, right? While we're walking and talking. Now, some days we may not feel like talking. Because I'm telling you, y'all, some days when you're walking and talking or when you're doing some cardiovascular activity and you're talking, woo, you get burned out. You get burned out. Some days you're just not feeling it. And some people just can't do that. And that's okay. As long as you're moving. As long as you're moving, okay? You don't have to be talking. But if you are talking, if you can talk, that is a really good sign, okay? And if you can't, be consistent, be persistent, and you will be able to do that soon, okay? You'll be able to do that soon. As I tell you all the time, if you have not exercised in a long time, if you've never exercised, please consult your healthcare provider before starting a workout regimen, especially if you have some health issues, okay? Okay. And again, thank you guys for being in the chat on this hot spring day. It is hot today. Good, how y'all? We walking the fur babies, y'all. The cute fur babies. They're walking the fur babies. Y'all know we gotta walk the fur babies. They're so cute. Let me see. I'm way up there. Thank you, Sassy. Sassy says thumbs up the live, please. Granny says, that's awesome. I do juice fruit. Yeah. A lot of people love to juice. A lot of people like juicing. See, there are a plethora of things that you can do that work for you. There are a plethora of things that you can do that work for you. So that's what we do. We drop nuggets. We drop nuggets. And we pick them up. We drop nuggets and we pick them up. What Sassy says, Granny, yes, in the mornings. After that, noon, I eat what I want, moderation, and nothing after 6 p.m. but water and tea. See? And if that works for you, that is great. You can drop that nugget. Somebody else may be looking for a way to start. Hadn't quite found the way that works for them, and that might be a nugget for them. That might be a nugget for them. That's the goal of this channel. I'm a shorts channel. I love wildlife. I love variety, okay? I'm mostly a shorts channel. But every day, almost every day, we miss a day or 2 here or there. We come on here and we do this let's walk and talk, okay? We walk and we talk. And again, sometimes, like I said, sometimes you don't feel like talking. And if I don't feel like talking, I'm going to tell y'all, just walk with me. Walk with me. Look at the legs move. Look at the legs move. That's one of my sayings over here. Look at the legs move, okay? Look at the feet move. Be encouraged. Be motivated to move. Move, 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 move. That is the main purpose of my Let's Walk and Talk lives, okay? But during those times, we talk about everything. We talked about the little boy yesterday whose dad, you know, ran him too much on the treadmill, right? And unfortunately, we know the outcome of that. We talked about that. So we touched on, child abuse. We really touched on child abuse child abuse without actually saying those words, but we did, and YouTube, if I'm not supposed to say those words, please forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. It's a tough word out here knowing what to say and not to say on the apps, okay? And I'm saying this so other content creators listen to this. Sometimes we say things on here that seem innocent and may even seem like we're, being positive or trying to address issues in a positive way. But there are some things that they don't like for us to say. There are some things they don't like for us to say. So I encourage everybody to, have tact when we're discussing issues. Have tact. I think everybody knows what that means. Have some tact, okay? Be careful. Choose your words wisely, okay? Okay. And isn't that funny? Because as soon as I say that, I think about people who go all in on here. They say any and everything under the sun, any and everything bad, and you don't see anything happen. You don't see anything happen. You don't see anything happen. Sassy says thumbs up the line. Granny says that's awesome. Oh, okay, I read that one. I grew up drinking carrot juice, beet juice, celery juice. Yes. Come on, Granny, tell them about that celery juice now. They around here talking about okra water. They better learn about that carrot juice, that celery juice. Look, just get you a V8. Just get you a V8. but if you like me, you can't do the V8s. Y'all, V8 was the nastiest juice to me. That was the nastiest drink. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sassy says, Lines Pride, I have nothing but respect for you. I can't work out and talk and hold my phone. I silent my phone until I'm done. Nothing but love for you. You are a true warrior. Thank you, Sassy. I love you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. But as when I was trained to be a trainer, I was always taught that if you can walk and talk, you're doing great. But if you can't, that doesn't mean you're not doing good. Everybody has to do what they can do. And that's why I say sometimes it's good to have a partner and sometimes it's not. Because sometimes a partner is meant to challenge you. But sometimes, it doesn't work out so well because the person finds themselves trying to do what the partner does and they may not be ready yet. They may not have advanced to that point yet. And sometimes the partner, if they're on a level higher, their intensity is greater, they expect you to be that way. So if you're going to be with a partner, make sure that they're a good partner, a partner who understands that you are individual and you're doing this together to encourage each other. And one may be a little bit more advanced than the other. And if so, then they should pull you along and encourage you, not kind of push you, okay? Not kind of push you. You need to be pushed. You do need to be pushed. Depending on what you're doing, you do need to be pushed. But sometimes it becomes a competition for people. So if you're working out with somebody and it seems like it's becoming a competition, hey, tell them, go at a different time. Or just be honest and say, hey, I think we need to do this separately because we're kind of like on two different levels right now. And you want to do it at your pace. Listen to your body. Talk to your healthcare provider. He'll help you come up with a plan. And some of them may not even help you come up with a plan. They'll just tell you to start out with low intensity. Okay, low intensity. You haven't done this before, or it's been 5 to 10 years since you last exercised consistently. So listen to your healthcare provider. They will tell you most likely to start off with low intensity and be consistent. Okay, but your healthcare provider is going to want you to work up. He's not going to want you to overdo it. He will most likely tell you to listen to your body. Listen to your body. But sometimes when we have partners, That can be a great thing. It can motivate us, and especially if your partner knows how to motivate you. Sometimes we don't know how to motivate each other. We expect our partner to be on the same level that we're on. And the best way to correct that is to think about it. You've been exercising for 5 years every day. Someone who you work with or a family member, they say, look, I want to start walking with you. Now, what's going to go through your head, sassy, remember the neighbor? What's going to go through your head is that they're going to hold you up. They're going to hold you back. Or you're going to feel like, okay, I do this every day, but if you want to come with me, you can. But if you're going to allow them to come with you, just make it clear, like, hey, I'm going to probably be ahead of you. Let me being ahead of you be motivation. Not to overwork yourself, but just to build up, your intensity. Not to overdo it, but just to gradually build it up. And then sometimes you may not ever be on the same, okay? So it's best to kind of get a partner who's kind of on that same level as you. Like a partner who doesn't walk is a great partner for somebody else who never walks, okay? Okay? Now, they can be bad if they turn out not to be as consistent as you want. So make sure that if you have a partner, which is a great thing to have, a great person to have, make sure that you have talked about it. And if this person has been exercising consistently for a long time, understand and realize that you when they're ahead of you, that doesn't mean to over challenge yourself. That's just, you don't want to keep them back either, okay? You don't want to hold them back. So be really careful with who you choose to exercise with when you choose to have a partner. Okay, Sassy says, I remember the neighbor. Y'all talking about some sea moss. That sea moss good, ain't it? That sea moss is good. I think it's great to walk like that because times, goes by fast. Right. Try it again with my sister because she works out too. Right. It's great to have a good partner. And you guys don't have to you don't have to be parallel. You don't have to walk evenly the whole time. Because think about it. Like I said, if they're used to going at a certain pace, you don't want to hold them up. And eventually they're going to get tired of that. And so if you're a little bit slower, or if they're a little bit slower, don't be bothered by the fact that you're behind. Okay? Guess what? You just started. So in many cases, not all, but many cases, everything we do, if we get started a little later than the rest, we're going to be a little bit behind. Okay? We're going to be a little bit behind. And then you catch up. And even when you get better, you may not be at the at the rate that they are, but you will know that you're getting better. And that can still be a great partner to work out with, as long as you understand that you have to work up, and as long as they understand that they should not push too much. They should give you a boost, give you a push, but just not too much. Okay? So sometimes the best partner to have is one who's on an equal footing. You've both either just starting or you've both been doing this thing a while. Those type of partners are great. And not only that, the consistency. Hey, if they only want to go twice a week, sometimes that's enough for some people. And they may be really fast those 2 days that they go. But you want to go 5 days a week. Hey, sometimes that's okay, because what do we talk about? Self-love, right? Sometimes we need that time to be with ourselves. So you have a company a couple of days, and then the other 3 days you're by yourself. You're to yourself. So the days that I don't come on, 9 times out of 10, I just kind of did my whole workout by myself. Because sometimes we want to think, mental health. Sometimes boosting your mental health requires you to be alone. I'm from the United States, AA. Sometimes boosting your mental health requires you to be alone. Where are you from? Sometimes that requires you to be alone, and that's okay. That's a good thing. Okay? That is a good thing. So when, choosing a workout partner, a walking partner, an exercise partner, whatever it is, make sure to choose someone who is kind of you're on equal footing. And if one is more advanced than the other, make sure that you understand that it's not a competition. Like if they're way ahead of you, don't feel bad. Just be glad that somebody is within sight, because you got to think about safety, A lot of times you got to think about safety. And a lot of times, people don't really want somebody to walk with them. You know, they want someone with them, but not with them. So if you're doing it to be safe, you don't have to be on the same level, you know? As long as you can see your partner, they're within yelling distance, you're both getting your exercise in, and you're both doing it in a safe way, okay? So always remember to be safe when you are walking. Wherever you are, whether it's a public park, in your neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood, a walking track, wherever you are, remember safety, safety, safety. Safety first. You know, safety first. Safety first. So, you know, a lot of times I'm glad to have somebody. That's just like when I'm walking, sometimes you guys hear me say hello to somebody. I'm just glad that they're out here walking, you know. That's motivational, that's encouraging. Just seeing somebody else pass me by, you know, going in the opposite direction. You know, at least I know somebody else is out here walking. Yes, Granny, it's like sometimes it's just, you know, think about the good in things. Try to think about the good in things. And I say this, being a person who, what I say, sassy, I have to acknowledge my flaws. I'm not a very patient person. So as you get older, you try to be better. You try to do better. And you try to acknowledge your flaws and you work on them. Like when I was 20, I wasn't trying to work on my flaws. I might have told you, I ain't got time for that. Like, that was me saying my patience are, boop, boop. Like, my patience aren't for this. You know, just think about some of the things that we would say when we were in our 20s, 30s. Like, I don't have time for this. So now I've learned to accept that. Make time. Make time, especially if it's something that's worthwhile. Make time. Don't say you don't have time for it all the time. Make time. Unless it's just something that you truly just aren't into, you know, make time. And try your best to establish more patience. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be more patient. And sometimes, you know, like I had to deal with somebody yesterday. And somebody I love. And boy, oh boy, I've known them all my life. But because I've gotten older, and they are older, they're older than I am, I had to learn not to snap off or not to just be discouraged so quickly, you know? Sometimes it just takes going through things to teach you more patience, to train you to have more patience. But when you're younger, boy, it's harder. It's harder. It is harder. Granny says, Granny's World says, I remember them 20s and 30s. You are absolutely correct. Yeah, it's like the first thing you say is like, come on, like, you know, you're getting your kids ready for school and you're not trying to be mean. I'm like, you got to acknowledge your flaws. Looking back, you remember some of them days you rushed the kids along? Like, it was like you may have been rushing to work. So it really wasn't that you didn't have patience. You were rushed. You were rushed. You were trying to get to work on time, trying to make that money for the family. It could have been a fun event. You could have been on vacation. You're trying to get down off the 15th floor of the hotel and get down to the beach while it's cool outside and the kids are playing around. And you're like, come on here. Like, we don't have time to play in this hotel. We're trying to get out here to the beach. Because once we get out here to the beach, y'all going to want to run around no matter how hot it is. And I'm going to want to come back in about an hour. So, y'all, we have to, you know, acknowledge our flaws. Acknowledge our flaws. Acknowledge, even if they're still bad, even if we haven't improved, that's so funny because I've heard people say, girl, I ain't good with that. You know, that's the first step to working on it. Even though it's just acknowledging it. That's the first step to most anything that we do that we don't like to do or that we would like to improve. Is to acknowledge it. That's the first step. Many people don't acknowledge. Granny's World says, right, I just started slowing down 10 years ago, rushing for nothing. Rushing for nothing, Granny. That's why I'm like, even if I'm at work, like, cherish every day the same. I know Mondays are hectic. Fridays are hectic too. That work week, that if you work Monday through Friday, everybody's always like, oh, just another manic Monday. Yes, it is manic, but don't rush it. Don't rush it. Because guess what? If Monday is rushed and you feel like it's just Monday because it's the first day of the week, All the other days, they're going to kind of seem to go by a little bit faster. 5 years, 10 years gone before you know it. So, in whatever you do, if you're retired, if you're still working, if there's one day that seems kind of long to you because of the things that you have to do, that's okay. That's okay. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. I would be, oh my gosh. And I know a lot of people, when Monday came, it was like, oh my gosh. And you still get that feeling, but don't rush it. Don't rush it. Sassy says, I will be right back. Someone is calling. Okay, Sassy. Okay. It's been 32 minutes. I'm trying to stay on here at least 30 minutes. So I think I've met my goal. Sometimes I'm on here for like an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. Y'all already know. But like I said, it's hot out here. I keep getting these spurts of these breezes come through, okay? These breezes come through and they don't last long. They don't last long, but that's okay. That's okay. Because as long as I don't focus, as long as I'm thinking about the things that I'm talking about, I'm not focusing. And I'm still making these steps. I'm still making these steps, right? We're still walking and talking. Hopefully someone, just like people email me and tell me, when I see you walking, sometimes it's relaxing to people. It's kind of like a sensory thing, a visual is visual for them. Just like we have ASMR. You know, some people like to hear the sound of people eat. Some people like to see people eat a lot. So look at the legs move. Look at the legs move. That's one of my mottos. Is look at the legs move. Look at the feet move. Be encouraged to move. You don't have to be a track star. You don't have to be Hulk Hogan. Also, when you do your exercises, make sure that you do some resistance training throughout the week, okay? Some weight training. The stronger your muscles are, the more you can move. The stronger your muscles are, the more you can move, okay? You can do cardio every day. You can do cardio every day. But when you're gonna weight train and resistance train, you know, give those muscles a break. Arms, chest, and back, Monday, Wednesday. Legs, stomach, glutes, all that. Or just think upper, Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Wednesday, lower, Tuesday, Thursday. Give those muscles a break. Give them some time to recover, okay? Give them some time to recover. 9 times out of 10, you guys have seen me share my short where I will drink some chocolate milk or something like that, even after my walk. Because at this point, I've been exercising for like an hour and a half already. Because you guys know that my best friend is my elliptical, right? My best friend is my elliptical. And I've been jumping on my best friend lately because I wanted to get back to her. And it's getting so hot. Guess what? We're going to do a lot more walking and talking with the elliptical. With my best friend, she does not lie to me. The only time she lies to me is if the batteries are wonky. Okay? Okay? Granny's World says, I'm enjoying your live lines, Pride. Yes, every day, move the muscle. Yes, every day, every day. And again, just like you don't have to be a track star when it comes to cardio, you don't have to be Hulk Hogan, The Rock, when it comes to the weights, especially us ladies, okay? It's warm. It's spring. We want to look good. We want to look good, right? We want to be toned. It doesn't take a lot of weight. Now, you do have some women who weight train professionally, so that's a whole different ballpark. But we're just wanting to be fit, look good, have those arms toned, those legs toned. It doesn't require a lot of weights. Okay, it does not require a lot of weights. Get what works for you. Some women may take an 8 to 10, some even 5 to 10 pound weights, and just do 3 sets of arm curls. You know, and when you train the front, what do you have to do? When you train those biceps, what do you have to do? You want it to be even, so you got to train those triceps, muscles in the back of the arm, okay? Okay? When you train the legs, okay? When you train these thighs, you got to train the back of the thigh, okay? You got to do that. Make sure that you train front and back so that it can be even. And ladies, nothing looks nicer than a lady in a spaghetti strap. I don't care what age you are. And some nice toned arms, nice toned shoulders. I'm telling you, men love the shoulders. Men love the shoulders, I'm telling you. Okay? They love the shoulders. Health is wealth. Absolutely. Absolutely, Granny. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Yeah, so many people. Yeah. You got a lot of money. I'm sure you do good. But you want to be healthy, don't you? You want to be healthy. You want to be able to go out and enjoy things, you know? And you don't have don't have to be perfect, but do what you can do. Do what your body allows you to do. Listen to your body. If you know you haven't, I tell the story all the time. I have a friend that was in the military. Of course, they run every day, especially when they first get in. That's something they do every day. And depending on their rank, they probably will do it every day the whole time they're in. But you get out, say if you went in early age of 18, you get out at 38, say 38 to 45, you've been, working on your own business, things like that. Because, you retire from the military. That's one of those careers where we talked about early retirement. You can retire, still be in your 30s, and even start a family then if you want to, okay? But from 38 to 45, you kind of just been working. You work out from time to time here or there. So you're having a marathon to come up in your town. You want to be a part of this marathon. You better not get your butt out there talking about, I used to run every day. I used to run every day. Yeah, you used to run every day. From the time you were 18 to the time you were maybe 36 to 38. And now you think you're going to go. You haven't run. You think you can just go out there because you did that. You have had a 7-year break from running. You haven't been jogging. Maybe you do some weight sometimes. You jump on the treadmill here or there. You could probably count the times a month that you do it. You better train, okay? You better train. Don't rely on what you did at age 18 to 38 when you had to do it every day. And now you haven't done it for 7 to 8 years and you're just going to go out there and think you can run a marathon. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Train. Just start a little bit at a time. Exactly, Granny's World. A little bit at a time. And before you know it, you'll be doing more. Because when you start a little bit at a time, especially, like I encourage everybody, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 150 minutes a week. Well, that may not be for everybody. But guess what? Healthcare providers that's the recommended time, but they just want you to move. And once you do, say, 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, guess what? At the end of your 15 minutes, after about 2 weeks to a month or so, you're going to want to keep going. You're going to want to keep going. So you can extend that to 20 minutes, okay? Sometimes you have to work up. Even though there are things that are recommended, when those recommendations are put out, they're usually broad, a big wide box, general recommendations, And so that's why they say, listen to your body. Listen to your body. That's what we need to do. We need to listen to our bodies. So you guys know how I am over here. My workout, I correlate things like my workouts, okay? My warm-up is my appetizer. My workout is my entree. My cool down is my dessert. So I cool down and then I come on live and I have a second dessert, okay? Because that's an opportunity for me to go live and to engage with the people who decide to come into the chat, whether it be my regular subscribers, new subscribers, or people just stopping by, happen to just be scrolling through YouTube. Yes, your body will definitely give you signs as far as if you're doing too much and you need to scale back and tone it down. If your body says stop, stop. Okay, I know your mind sometimes we talk about mental health. Sometimes our minds say to keep going. Yes, but if especially if you're just starting out, if your body says stop, stop. Now, some people have trained consistently for years and they know when, the body may feel like stopping, but mentally they can handle maybe another 5 minutes or so. Those people know that, they know when their stopping point should be. But especially if you're not a pro, an athlete, you're just starting or you're just starting back, listen to your body. Listen to your body. It will tell you. It will tell you. That's why I said today, I think I talked more today. I talked today just like usual. I didn't think I would feel like talking, but I did. I did. Because I had, it was a mind thing. I knew it was hot outside and I wanted to go live. And this is what I do every day. I go live every day, walking and talking. But some days, like I said, you don't want to talk. It's just like some days you kid around with people in your family or friends, but then you know how it feels. Some days you don't want to be bothered, like you're not up to jokes every day. So sometimes you just don't feel like it. So I wasn't quite sure if I felt like talking today, but I did. So it worked out. I did, and I'm glad I did, and it worked out. It worked out. So today is Wednesday. What are you guys having for dinner? I always ask that question. What's for dinner today? Is it Wing Wednesday for somebody? Is it Wing Wednesday? Kind of like Taco Tuesday? Is it Wing Wednesday for somebody? What are you having? That is a good way to kind of help you meal prep, to think of correlate days with certain foods. But after a while, you get tired of that. Like, you don't want to eat tacos every Tuesday. You may want to eat tacos on Thursday. So, you know, you just, it's a good way to do things. But, some people can eat tacos every day. This is like some people, they say they can eat chicken wings every day. Some people say they can eat salad every day. Now, that's a good thing to have every day. Salad is definitely something that you can eat every day. Every day. You're just eating avocados. Okay, that omega-3 fatty acid. Those antioxidants. Avocados. I just did an avocado short. And I love avocados. If those avocados get ripe so quick, they get ripe so quickly. Sometimes I find myself making guacamole. My kids fuss at me. They're like, Mama, these avocados. You don't eat these avocados? Y'all, if they go into the grocery store with me and I start looking at avocados, I don't know why I'm like that. See, that's a vice that I have. Sometimes I look at things that I like, knowing that sometimes the best time for me to buy it is when I'm in the mood for it. But my mind, I think, buy it so I'll have it. But I have to train myself to stop doing that. Y'all, I will buy 3 avocados, eat one, and the other 2 will get so soft. And somebody in the house ends up making like some guacamole or putting them in some type of a mix, a salsa or something. So, yeah, I need to learn to scale back, just buy one. Because most times I've been to the grocery store again and the 2 are still on the table. So that's something I need to do better. Y'all hear my friend barking? I know I love them. I put just a little bit of smoked paprika on them. Yes, I have a friend that does that too, Granny. She puts a little bit of smoked paprika on those avocados. Hello. Put a little bit of smoked paprika on them. If you let them get too soft, you might as well just go ahead and make some sauce, some guacamole or something. That's my thing. I end up keeping them. And my kids start fussing like, Mama, you got 2 on the table. They're soft. Why are you buying more? So I got to get better at that stuff, y'all. And I sit there like a little kid. When they tell me that, I'm like, because I'm going to eat it. Y'all, my kids fuss at me. They're like, Mama, you got 2 avocados. You bought 3 or 4. You only had 1 or 2 of them. You got 2 left on the table and you're looking to buy more. And don't let them be on sale. Okay, Sassy. Sassy says, okay, I'm back. I only buy them when I'm going to use them for that day. Sassy, that is what I have to do. That is what I'm going to have to do. Or at least buy no more than 2. See, sometimes I just get up. I jump up with these ideas to make something or to cook something. And then if I don't have it, I'm like, if I had my 2 avocados, and my kids are like, Mama, how often does that happen? Go ahead and get 1. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I bought 1 the other day. That thing got soft. So I do eat them. I love them. I do eat them. It's just that I have to be in the mood. And so that's what I need to start doing. Like Sassy said, when I know I'm going to use it, buy it then. Don't buy it before then. And don't overbuy. Don't have 2 or 3. And I know I'm only going to use 1 probably within the week because they get ripe so quick. Granny's World says, I buy too many as well. Then they go bad. Right. Yep. Look, y'all, they go bad. I'm like that with bananas too. And see, the thing about bananas, veggies can be so tricky. And I don't know why I let it trick me up all the time with the bananas, right? You can ripen your bananas by just putting them in a brown bag. Okay. Or sitting them near an apple. Apples ripe, and I think avocados do that too. I think avocados help your other fruit and veggies to ripen. But I know bananas, I know apples do. So you can put your bananas, you can buy them straight green and put them in a bag. A day or 2, they're going to be ready, depending on how green they are. I still buy like so many bananas. Well, see, with the bananas, I love smoothies. So when the bananas start to get a little bit too soft, I really have something I can do with those. And somebody in the house, of my daughter, one of my kids, my daughter, she'll make banana bread, something like that. So the bananas work out a lot better. The bananas work out a lot better because I love smoothies. And sometimes I just love, berries, bananas, and strawberries, stuff like that. Just chop it up and eat it as a snack. And then if they see them getting soft, she'll be like, let me make some banana bread before these bananas that mama bought, 11,000 bananas, before they go bad. But that bananas are one of the few things that's still cheap. Have y'all ever gotten like a big handful of bananas or a big bunch, and you're thinking and you know what the price per pound is? Like, I know it's usually going to be like maybe 60 something cents. I'm waiting to see when they'll go up to like 70 or 80. Everything else is going up so high. But they're usually under 60 cents per pound. So when you go to the register and you have all these bananas and it's like $1.50, well, the next time I go, I'm like, well, bananas about the only cheap thing you can get. And I buy another big old bunch of them. When I buy bananas, you can cut them up and free. Yes, and that's what ends up happening, Sassy. I'll buy a whole bunch of them, y'all. I'll have them as a snack. So they get eaten. I will say the bananas get eaten, but when they start to go soft, that reminds me to go ahead and we freeze them. One of my daughters makes banana bread, and I'll make more smoothies, because like we say, you have to watch your sugar content, because even when it's fruit, even when it's natural, you still have to watch the sugar that you take in. So we'll freeze them, chop them up later for smoothies, make banana bread. I'll just make myself eat them as a snack. But see, I can't really eat avocado as a snack. I like avocado, I really do love it, but that's the one thing I have to do something with it. I have to do something with it. If I do tacos or something like that, or taco salad, taco burger. Who makes homemade taco burgers? Do you guys ever make taco burgers? Granny's laughing. Sassy says, Granny, I use the frozen bananas to eat as a smoothie. Yep, as a smoothie or in your ice cream. Yes, yep. Granny says, I eat the bananas when they're green. Yeah, you know what? And eating green bananas is better on people who have digestive issues. Because when they're green, there's not as much sugar in them. The riper they get, the more sugar. So, I won't name it, but there are certain digestive issues that some people have. Each individual is different. One person may not be able to eat because, people are still when I say garlic affects certain people's digestive system. Yes, garlic is good for you. But think about it. Everything isn't for everybody. And just, if you haven't heard of these things they're called FODMAPs. They're a type of carbohydrates. And everybody doesn't digest them well. And garlic and onions are full of it. They're full of it. So even though they're healthy, everybody can't eat garlic and onions. Some people can eat it in very small amounts. Some people with the same digestive issue, may be able to eat it in a moderate amount, but they can't eat it every day. It gives them bloating, gas, and things like that. So yes, it is good for you, but even the things that are good for you, for some people, they have to be in moderation. And bananas are one of those fruit where if you have digestive issues, it's best to eat it green. It's best to eat it green. Granny says, Sassy, I'm going to try the frozen. Never bought them frozen. Yes, and they're even better to me when you buy them and then you freeze them, Granny. If you're talking about those bananas, I like them even more when we freeze them. Granny says, right, I eat them that way because of the sugar, right? Yep. And it's so funny, y'all. It's it's always something. And sometimes people are going through bloating and gas, and they really don't know. And the first thing they say is, well, I eat healthy. And you say, well, what do you eat? As soon as they say garlic or onions, one of the top foods to give you indigestion. Some people, and just because it didn't give you indigestion 20 years ago, doesn't mean that it's not the culprit now. I have a friend who, y'all, she already knows when she loves onions, loves it. And isn't that how it is? It's always something that you really love, right? So she loves onions. But she takes medicine for indigestion right before she eats them. Because she knows. She knows. Garlic. Garlic is in everything. Even before you cook a lot of stuff, garlic is in it. Look at your seasonings. Now, people use garlic itself as a seasoning, but most seasonings, if you read the label, they have garlic in them. So that on top of the garlic you put in there, and sometimes people are like, they kind of, you just can't, you weak or whatever. Okay, keep on living. Like my granny used to say, y'all know, I always tell y'all what my granny used to say, keep on living. Not that you will have those issues with garlic that one person may have. It may be onions for you. It may be something that you really, really love and enjoy. And all of a sudden, you get gas all the time, or you get indigestion all the time, and you're wondering what it is, and you just can't figure it out. You may even talk to your doctor about it. Sometimes your doctor may just prescribe you something. But sit down with a dietitian, or just sit down yourself and just look some things up and see what issues can they cause, even if they are healthy. Everybody can't tolerate onions, and they're healthy. Everybody can't tolerate garlic. And it's just, like I said, I have a friend, she knows when she eats onions, go ahead and take something for indigestion. Okay? I have another one, digestive issues. The garlic causes bloating. A lot of people don't know that garlic causes bloating. If you find yourself eating, if you know you put a lot of garlic in your food, yes, certain foods themselves like broccoli, cabbage may cause bloating and gas. That's when we're talking about those foods again, like the bananas and stuff like that. Certain fruits and veggies, it's the makeup of the carbohydrate in those things that causes those gas issues and things like that. But garlic itself causes bloating for a lot of people. And they're thinking, I eat healthy, I eat right, maybe I'm just going to be gassy. But start to eliminate some of those things, even some of the healthy things, even some of the things that you think are healthy. Start to eliminate them, and then pay attention to what you've eliminated and how your symptoms are. And then try to add it back, but don't just straight go back to dousing it all over the food. Add it back a little at a time. And you can figure out what it is that causes some of your gas issues. You may not be able to figure it all out, but you can figure a lot of it out. And then you can learn, okay, I can only tolerate this in small amounts. I can only tolerate this in moderate amounts. Or some things you just leave alone altogether because it just causes too much. Some people get really bad cramps, when they're bloated and stuff. Granny says garlic is my friend. Sassy says, oh my God, I have garlic everywhere in my pantry. They love my body. Okay, they don't give me any issues. Good, that's good. But if you ever start to have, not just gas as far as bloating and passing of gas, like I said, indigestion, some things are going to give you that anyway. Some foods are going to give you that anyway. Sometimes just simply eating, whatever it is, it might, it'll do that. But I'm saying if you start to notice an increase that's more than you would definitely like, but nobody wants to have gas, but we know it's healthy to release gas. Okay, YouTube, that's it. We're leaving that alone. Nobody wants to have it, but it's healthy to release it. Like they say, more room out than it is in, and something's gonna create it, so you gotta let it out. Okay, but if you start to have those issues, and like another saying, like my granny says, what didn't bother you 20 years ago may bother you now. What bothered you then, sometimes it doesn't bother you now. It can work that way too. But just because something has never bothered you, if you start to have an issue, start to do an elimination process. Cut back on certain things. And all you got to do is research. A lot of times they say, don't look at all this stuff on the internet, and that is true. But sometimes it's there's a lot of good information there. Look at the source. A lot of times there's good information there. So always look at the source. Look at Granny. Oh, that's what Granny was saying me too about that garlic. Ooh, and I can remember back in the day, and I ain't gonna even lie, as far as for African Americans, it's all of a sudden like the past 10 years we going on a garlic craze. Because I can remember back in the day, we would say other people smell like garlic. And I would be like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because it's a cultural thing. Garlic is good for you. And that is why some people smell like garlic, because it is good for you. And people, it's a part of their diet, their daily diet. I mean, if they eat once a day or 3 times a day, it's a part of their diets. And that's why, now that's one reason I kind of say, well, it does give off a smell. You will. That's just like if you eat asparagus. Your urine will be a little bit different. A little bit different. Now you have some people, they don't want to acknowledge it, but that is medically, that has been medically you can check it out. It'll be a little bit different. Not just for like a little while. Just for like a little while. So always, if things haven't been bothering you and you start to have certain issues, because diet is everything. What you put inside your body, it affects your physical, your mental, and your emotional well-being. So look at certain things. Look up if you start to have indigestion and gas issues especially, look up these, they're called FODMAPs, FODMAPS. It may be MOPS. I just know I've known a few people to have to look at that, and they kind of have to change their the things that they eat. But they still eat great. They still eat great. They just have to figure out how much of it gives them how much gas, and if they're willing to deal with it that day. If they're willing to deal with it that day. I know, Sassy. I love the birds. Y'all know what I say. Listen to the birds. Look at the legs move. Look at the feet move. It's just about being in nature. You don't have to be on vacation. Just walk around your backyard. Go to a local park. You don't have to be on vacation to just enjoy the sounds of nature. I love watching these little squirrels run around. I love hearing the birds. Girl, watch the legs move. Watch the feet move. It'll be an hour before you know it. I was just saying I've been on here for like 32 minutes. And y'all, it's been like an hour basically. 58 minutes. 58 minutes. Yes, they have that lactose ice cream. Right. And of course, when they make stuff like that, and we're not accustomed to having it, a lot of us won't like it off the top. But some people do. Sometimes like the lactate milk, or the A2. I don't know if you guys know about the A2 milk. I love the A2. It's not, I don't think it's lactose free or anything like that, but it's made by cows with a certain protein. It's made from cows that have a certain protein. And it seems to be better for those with digestive issues. Because a lot of times people, with digestive issues can't tolerate dairy really well. So, and it's not going to be every food for everybody. Some people it may be dairy, some people it may be garlic, some people it may be onions, and some people it may be a type of onions. Because a lot of people who say that the bulb or the white onions or whatever, yellow onions, red onions give them indigestion. If they eat the green parts off of the green onions, they have no problem. They don't have a problem. So a lot of times, if you eat the stem, the green part, because it's less of that stuff in there, so they don't have a problem. And green onions are so good to me. I love green onions. Right. So you can make it work. That's just like when we were talking about mental health issues. You have a plethora of diagnosed issues, right? But everybody with, say, bipolar disorder, you can put them in a general box, but their signs and symptoms are going to separate them off into their own little sections in the box, okay? So some people may not be able to tolerate white onions, but for some reason, red onions don't bother them. It just depends. And sometimes, for some people, it'll be all onions. But I do know that if you like them and you just want to avoid them, you can get those green the green onions that they sell, and don't eat the bulb, eat the green part, and you get it tastes so good. Chives, if you like chives, they taste a little bit, kind of like onions, kind of like the green onions. Most of the Italian seasonings are good. Most of the Italian seasonings seem to be pretty good. So, but it's just that for some people, it's garlic and onions. I don't know what it is. I mean, well, I know what it is. It just says that they're full of that stuff. But for some people, it may not. Some can tolerate it. What is going in the house? Some people can tolerate the garlic and onions, and they just may not be able to tolerate dairy. So it's different strokes for different folks, even when it comes to our issues. That's why I always say we don't diagnose, we don't professionally assess, and we don't treat. What we drop nuggets in the chat on what works for us, what doesn't work for us. We just give some nice, friendly layman's advice on things that we each can do to kind of see if that'll help the next person. All right, each one help one. Each one help one. Okay, Granny's World, thank you. I enjoyed you. Let's see, since I know what you're talking about. Oh, talking about those FOD maps. I think it's FOD mops or FOD maps. I think it's maps. I'm not sure. It's one of them. Sassy says ground beef gives me indigestion. I use turkey burger when I do tacos. Yep. I did a recipe from Gina. I use turkey burger and brown rice for myself and ground beef and white rice for the rest of. Yes, yeah, I use turkey. I rarely eat ground beef, and I'll eat pork maybe like 3 times a year, maybe like once a quarter. So what's that, like 4 times a year? I'll eat pork and like some little thin wafer pork chops for breakfast or something like that. And I won't even cook them for breakfast. I might cook them for lunch or dinner. But I can count the times that I do that. And ground beef, I try to stay away from the ground beef and use ground turkey and ground chicken. Because you get tired of just chicken breasts and chicken wings and stuff like that. So ground chicken is good. So whenever I make tacos, it's ground turkey and ground chicken. And if somebody else wants ground beef, then, I'll go ahead and make just 2. Like you said, Sassy, like you do it one way, do it both ways, basically. One way for some, one way for those who want chicken, turkey, and beef for those who want the beef. But the good thing about that is I've gotten mostly everybody in my household accustomed to eating ground chicken and ground turkey. So I'm glad of that. Sassy says, Granny's World, have a great night. I'm working from home tomorrow. I don't have to go to bed as early tonight. I know that's right, Sassy. Look, have a party. That's what I used to call it when I would be off or like off for the holiday or something. Especially that first night. I'd be like, we having a party. My kids look at me like, because they already know what I mean when I say we're having a party. They already know that means, yeah, this is a party for me when I'm off, especially during the holidays. Let's go shopping. Because I'm that, we got to make sure we got enough broth kind of person. How many eggs in there? We got enough eggs. and so if I got like 2 or 3 days off, on that 3rd day or that 4th day even, my kids are like, Mama, we went and got that stuff the first day you were off. We went and got that stuff the first day you were off. We are not going back to the grocery store. Sassy, that's like a party for me. Going to the grocery store. Going to the local all-night CVS. The local all-night Walgreens. That's like a party. Staying up all night. Just doing nothing. Sometimes not even watching TV. Just doing nothing. Maybe looking at YouTube. Still hadn't started looking at Netflix the way I want to. But I do watch some scary movies from time to time on Netflix. That's good because they are so in love with ground beef in my house. Really? Yeah, I think because I started so long ago, when I laid off the pork, I decided to lay off the ground beef too. And most of them were still like young, so they got accustomed to the taste. Like they were used to the ground beef, but I was able to Like we say, train their taste buds. So, so now, they love ground turkey and ground chicken. I love pork bacon. I eat turkey too, but that pork bacon be hitting different. Look, that's the one thing pork got right there that most people who don't eat it anymore, they can't say they say they don't eat it 99%. They don't eat 90% of it or 99% of it. Because when it comes to that bacon, sassy, you ain't lying. That bacon, that pork bacon just hits different. And you notice what I've never seen in the grocery store? Turkey bacon bits. I think I saw that like one time in like a small town type of grocery store. But like I never see that in Walmart. Do you guys ever see turkey bacon bits in Walmart? Of course you see turkey bacon all the time, but I never see the bits. They know what they doing. They know what they doing. Cause ain't nothing like some good old bacon bits on a good salad. They know what they're doing. Well, I've been on here over an hour, y'all, and I'm about to go. And I'm thinking I might do a lights video tonight. I'm not sure. I might not. I love doing the lights videos, but the only thing about when I do the lights videos, like last night, I just leave the lights going. You never seen them either. I think I saw them like one time, but I don't see them like in Target, Walmart. When I saw them, it was like one of these it was a small town. It was like a beach town. And I think I saw like a bottle of them. But other than that, I've never seen turkey bits in the bottle. Or like in a bag, like you can buy the regular bacon bits. So yeah, I might do my lights video. Last night I started my lights. And Brilliant came in. Sin City came in. My bro Fishing Time came in. And y'all, I was up in the kitchen getting snacks and stuff. Didn't even know they were in the live. I didn't even know they were in the live. Sassy says, okay, I might show up. I've been going to bed really early. I was in bed at 9:30ish. Oh my goodness, that's good, Sassy. Get that sleep. Get that sleep, get that rest. Get that sleep, get that rest. If you can, you can. If you can't, girl, you just can't. I understand. I understand. I need to be in bed myself. That's what, like I'm telling you, that's a flaw. Going to bed late. I need to go to bed early. I need to go to bed early. I need to go to bed early. Now I'm being nosy, looking at some stuff. But yeah, I gotta get off of here, y'all. So peace, positivity, and prosperity. I wish you guys all peace, positivity, and prosperity. You know what it is. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity live, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. Okay? I hope y'all heard that because the car was going by. But y'all know what I say every day, almost every day. Don't let people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. And don't get comfortable in somebody else's misery lounge, okay? They'll come off with a smile and say, come on in, you think it's all gravy. But when your discernment kicks in, or if your discernment kicks in at the invite, don't go. Don't go. If you go, leave at the first sign. Tell them you gotta go and go right back over to your happy lounge, okay? So if you find yourself in somebody's misery lounge, go right back to your happy lounge, okay? It may not always be happy there, but at least you don't have to deal with the misery going on somewhere else. All right? All right. You won't. You won't. Y'all, I'm looking, it's a dog looking like he a little loose. I ain't seen this dog before. That's why. Let me turn around. I'm gonna go the opposite way. Because y'all know we was talking about this yesterday. Sometimes these owners just let the dogs walk ahead of them and they know they aren't supposed to. But I'm gonna go a different way because I don't play with dogs. I don't care how big or how little. I do not play with dogs. I don't play with dogs. Period. At all. At all. At all. I'm trying to look at the phone. I can't see. I think it's like 5 people in here. That 5th person, give me another thumbs up if you don't mind. If you do, I would love it. If you don't, I ain't gonna be mad at you. Thank you for stopping by. And I will see you guys. I'm trying to look. Can you guys see me trying to shade the phone? Like, Sassy says good night. Okay, Sassy, be careful because that dog doesn't know. I know, girl. I turned around and I look back. He going the whole opposite direction. Thank goodness. So I would not be going his way. I'll see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to my subscribers, and especially thank you to my moderator, Sassy, who was so faithful with coming in and moderating the chat. I appreciate you. Brilliant must be busy. I'm not sure if Brilliant came through here or not. I think she did early on. I'm not sure. She's here so much, it seems like she was here. So thank you, Granny's World, for coming in. And anybody who stopped by for a few seconds or a few minutes, I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. Bye, y'all.